the key with it is calling it out in the moment. How do you call it out when it happens? When it happens. And if you can equip I wrote an article recently and I was talking about inclusion solutions. And I find that a lot of inclusion solutions, whilst they're great, they tend to either come from what I describe as guilt, or they're fair. Now guilt, so you have guilt-based solutions and fair-based solutions, right? And I think a lot of the inclusion solutions and unconscious bias training is all about making other people aware and sensitive around what is going on, from the victim's perspective. But the problem with that, it sets up this paradigm, and this paradigm is sort of the guilty perpetrator and the hapless victim, right? So I'm the woman, or I'm the ethnic minority who tends to receive bias that people don't know that they're doing, and it makes me feel really bad. That's the kind of paradigm that it creates. And what I think, where I'm coming from, is why not equip people with the skills, with the confidence, with the interpersonal skills to deal with bias in the moment, so it doesn't become a thing. And if you can deal with it in the moment, right, in a calm way, you can call it, but you must call it out. If you can call it out in a moment, in a calm way, then suddenly it doesn't become a thing. And so IDU is all about
the tension doesn't build up. The tension doesn't build up, which makes it more explosive at the end, doesn't it?
Yeah. Actually, in fact, our methodology, maybe we're sort of slipping into it, so I should probably explain. Our methodology is called IDU, and IDU stands for I don't understand. And when you're on the receiving end of any form of bias, we're talking about race now, but it could be anything, right? Ageism, ableism, sexism. When you're on the receiving end of any form of bias, what you tend to feel is, I really don't understand how this person could just be so insensitive. I really don't know. How could this person who's at 1 minute nice be so wicked? Where are they coming from? Why? I just don't understand it. That's what you think. I just can't see why these guys can't get it. How could they speak to me? How could they say that to me? How could they not include me in this? That's the kind of thoughts that you have. And you're sort of calling it in. Well, instead of calling it in, what if you could call it out? Right? But you couldn't. So the question then becomes, well, how do you call it out? And the only way that you can call it out without creating what is widely now described as defensive fragility, right? That is the other person thinks, how dare you speak to say that I'm that kind of a person. The only way that you can do that is to come from a place of dispassionate developmental inquiry, or DDE. I'm a big one for the acronyms. Dispassionate developmental inquiry.